Good evening. Good evening, and welcome to the May 1st organization meeting of the Glendale City Council. May we have a roll call, please?
Council members Garpetian.
Here.
Najarian.
Here.
Sinanian.
Here.
Mayor Devine.
Here. Next item.
Next item will be a flag salute led by Brownie Troop 2291. And they'll be entering the chambers
We'll have them
momentarily.
escorted in.
Who's going to do the ones? Oh,
The brownies. Brownie Troop 2291. Here they come.
And Madam Mayor, following the flag salute, we'd ask everyone to remain standing for the invocation led by Rabbi Simcha Bachman from the Shabbat Jewish Center of Glendale. So we ask everyone at this moment to rise.
turn around.
Please stand, place your right hand over your heart, and face the flag. Ready, begin. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, girls.
You're welcome.
This is a hard act to follow. Let us pray. Good and gracious God, we gather today in prayer as we install the newly elected officers of this great city of Glendale. Today, as we celebrate this cornerstone of our democracy, we thank you, Lord, for the privilege to live in this great country, the United States of America, which affords us the liberty to elect those who govern us. We thank the outgoing officials for their public service and dedication and wish them well in all their endeavors. Almighty God, in the scriptures you have said that citizens ought to obey the governing authorities since you have established those very authorities to promote peace, order, and justice. Therefore, we pray for our newly elected city officials that you would graciously grant them wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our times, a sense of the welfare and the true needs of our people, a keen thirst for justice and righteousness, confidence in what is good and fitting, the ability to work together in harmony even when there is honest disagreement, personal peace in their lives, and joy in their task. We are mindful that we are citizens of a city that mirrors the rich pluralism and diversity of our country, where our people who come together out of a multiple of backgrounds, ethnic, racial, religious, cultural, and social, with varying interests, occupations, and manners of living. We ask that you continue to bless our city as we seek always to respect one another. Finally, gracious Lord, we ask that you let the brightness, gentleness, and mercy of your countenance shine upon this wonderful city and all of us who call it their home, the dwelling place of our children, and the place where our aspirations and dreams can be realized. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Next item, please.
The agenda for the May 1st, 2017 organization meeting of the Glendale City Council was posted on Friday, April 28th, 2017 on the bulletin board outside City Hall. The next item on the agenda is the mayor's welcome.
Okay. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to friends and family of the newly elected and re-elected officials. I know you are very proud of all of them. And to those who are about to take the oath of office, I congratulate you and I wish you good luck. You have accepted a huge responsibility, but I know that you are all up for the task. I know there will be challenges, but you are there. There will be tough decisions to be made, but working together with your respective boards, good decisions will occur. To the family and friends, they will need you and your support and your encouragement now, just as they did during the campaign. So be there for them. They will be forever grateful to you. Thank you. Let's begin.
Thank you. Next item is oral communications. We have two presentations, one from Senator Anthony Portantino and from Assembly Member Friedman's office, Sarah Ginny Lull.
With your permission, Madam Mayor and Council, I'm here because this obviously is a wonderful city, but it's also an exciting night. But as we know, there's going to be a mayor's transition tonight, and I just wanted to come personally and extend my appreciation. So, Madam Mayor, can I ask you to come down here? I would like to give you a presentation, and I'm sure the Assemblywoman's office would like to do the same thing. So if I could ask everybody to give a round of applause to... I would just like to say, you know, Paula has led with grace, dignity, and class. And it's an honor to know you as a friend. It's an honor to represent this great community. And it's an honor to present you with a certificate on behalf of the California State Senate that recognizes your contributions to the city of Glendale. Your leadership as mayor has been a continual inspiration to those who have worked alongside you. This recognition is a direct reflection of your hard work and dedication to our jewel city. Best wishes on everything that you do in the future. Congratulations on a wonderful year as mayor.
Thank you. And Sarojini Lal.
Well, Madam Mayor, since you're here, we might as well. My name is Sarojini Lal. I'm here representing Assemblymember Friedman tonight. And as you know, as all of you I'm sure know, she's a former colleague of our esteemed mayor and our council members. She very much wishes that she could be here this evening to recognize the incredible job that you have done as mayor. She asked me to convey her gratitude, her respect, and her esteem for the hard work, the work of the heart that you've done for this city which you love. And I think I'll just read this commendation. Presented to the Honorable Paula Devine, in honor of your service as Mayor of Glendale, thank you for your strong leadership and selfless dedication to the city of Glendale. Under your guidance, the city has continued to grow and flourish. Your hard work to ensure a fiscally sound, safe, inclusive, and prosperous city has truly made Glendale a better place. And from myself personally, you've been a mentor to me, and I'm tremendously grateful. Thank you so much, and congratulations. Yes? Congratulations.
That was very nice and unexpected. Thank you both. Next item.
Madam Mayor, the next item before you is for a city clerk regarding declaration of the result of the general municipal election of April 4th, 2017. A1 is resolution reciting the fact of the general municipal election held on Tuesday, April 4th, 2017, declaring the results and such other matters as provided by law. We had the election that was held on April 4th, 2017, and we had a count for the remaining ballots that were the provisionals and the late vote by mail ballots, as well as the ones that were postmarked by April 4th and received by the city clerk's office 3 days following the election. After the final tabulation, you have the results before you with council members Ara Najarian, council member-elect Vraj Arajanian, and council member Sinanian as the elected city council members, as well as the other results as are outlined in the report.
Thank you. Thank you. So I need a motion to
Move to accept.
Move to accept. Thank you. Second. And roll call, please.
Council members Garpetian?
Yes.
Najarian?
Yes.
Sinanian?
Yes.
Mayor Devine.
Yes. Next item.
Next item is a City Clerk Oath of Office to the Glendale Community College Board of Trustees. We have with us Ms. Ann Ransford from Trustee Area 2, Dr. Armina Hagopian from Trustee Area 3, and Yvette Vartanian Davis from Trustee Area 4. If we can ask them to all approach the podium to take the oath of office, please. All right, and this was a historic election because it was the first time that we had trustee areas or district elections. Congratulations to you on your successful elections. Congratulations, Yvette Vartanian Davis, on your election. Now you are the newest member, and our other two members have already received this gift from the city clerk's office, but since you are the newest member, I'm going to give you a copy of a document as you're taking the oath to remember that the preeminent document that you are taking an oath to protect is the Constitution of the United States. Here is your own personal copy as a gift from the city clerk's office of the city of Glendale. With that, I would ask you to please, all of you, raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Congratulations. We have your certificates of election here as well as your oaths of office that you have to sign.
Can we ask them to say a few words now?
Madam Mayor, absolutely.
Okay.
As soon as they are officially done signing their oaths of office and receiving their certificates of election, you may invite them up to the podium to say a few words.
Ann, it looks like you're first. Ann Ransford.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to thank the residents of Glendale, particularly my district, for re-electing me. I've enjoyed 2 terms as a trustee at Glendale Community College, and I look forward to another 4 years. I've been with the college for many, many years, and it's something very dear and close to my heart. And I am so happy to be able to continue this work. And I'd like to thank also those that endorsed me, and that was our faculty guild, our CSEA, the Democratic Club, and ANC. And I'm very appreciative of all the support that I've gotten from all of you. And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good evening. And I also would like to congratulate newly elected and re-elected council members, also school board members. And as we say, thank you to Anita Quinones Gabrielian. We are throwing the red carpet in front of Mrs. Yvette Davis Vartanian to welcome her. So we want the community to know that although we do represent different districts, we represent all of Glendale, and we're going to work on behalf of everyone. I also would like to thank my family, my extended family, my grandchildren who are watching TV, and I want to thank my husband, who on our 46th anniversary today decided to come and spend it at City Council.
Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to take a little bit longer as this is my first election. First of all, thank you very much. Thank you very much to everybody for being very supportive and all that. First people I'd obviously like to thank is my family. First, my mother. She is the pillar of strength yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and forevermore. My father, who not only helped build my foundation as a youth, but is also my partner in business, and he helped me immensely when he should be retired. My sister, Annette, who is my campaign manager, who ever so stylishly managed to keep my cool. My sister, Narne, who is the mama bear to us Vartanyan sisters. And my brother, Staff Sergeant Andre Vartanyan, and his wife, Tech Sergeant Crystal Vartanyan, who are in Texas. They could not be here because they are serving our country at Fort Lackland Air Force Base. I wanted to thank Harag, who I don't see him here, who ever so coolly kept his cool demeanor. As much as I tried to rile him up, I couldn't do it, but I'm going to still do that. I still have an opportunity to do that. I'd like to thank specifically Zare for his mentorship on this experience. This was my first time. This endeavor was absolutely amazing. And Vartan as well, and Armine, for your experience and all this, and just kind of giving me a great guidance. To Davin, and this is kind of an inside joke, he's my bearded lieutenant. We stormed the beach, we took the hill, we took out the bunker, and we secured the airfield. So thank you for that, and our team of guys that really did that. Thank you guys for that. I wanted to thank specifically Dr. Armine Hakopian for her mentorship and her friendship in this endeavor, and to Ann Ransford and Dr. Perumian for their wisdom and guidance as well. To the GCC faculty and CSEA for believing in me that I could do best for them and the students in the community. The NWPAC and SCAD for supporting progressive women in political activities. And last but definitely not least, to the ANCA Glendale chapter for their unwavering support and for being the guiding light that has brought me back to my roots. So I specifically like to thank them for that. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my community. The community that has created the person that stands before you. And without this community and their support, I would not be there, I would not be here without their support and their votes. And I really, really thank everybody. Thank you very much, and thank you all for all you do, and please continue to do with the greatness that you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next item.
Madam Mayor and Council, next on the agenda is recognition of the newly elected members of the Glendale Unified School District who were sworn in earlier this day. Unfortunately, they could not be here. All of them could not be here, but at least one, and dare I say the most important one, who's obligated to be here by association to one of our council members is here. Shanta's here as well? Oh, great. So we have two of them here. We have Dr. Armine Garpedian from Trustee Area C. And I apologize for that because I did not see our school board member Shant Sahakian from Trustee Area D. If either of them would like to say any words, it's up to you.
Anyone like to congratulate? Yes?
Maybe they want to say a few words.
Oh, yes, sure.
Just a few words. So thank you, and it is so exciting. This brings back a lot of memories 4 years ago when I was first elected. It's been a great journey. I really am looking forward towards our strengthening our partnership with the City of Glendale, with the joint use projects that are on the horizon. So a lot of great things will be happening. So thank you for all your support. Thank you for all you do. And I'm really looking forward to another 4 years. I just finished my presidency today, and I was sworn in today for another 4 years. So it'll be great. It'll be I mean, it's one of those things that, with the support of our family and the community, we get to do these things. So I just want to thank my family as well, and my husband, Vartan, for all his support and love. So, and my family, my daughters, they're all here. So, and parents and grandparents and sisters and brothers, everybody's here. Neighbors. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you. Sean Sahakian, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Council members, mayor, city staff, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I want to first say I'm a lifelong resident of Glendale, a product of our school district, so it's really an honor to have this opportunity to serve our next generation of Glendale students. I want to particularly thank Christine Walters. She served on our board for 8 years. Very honored to be succeeding her. It's big shoes to fill, and I'll do my best to live up to the expectations and make her proud as well. I just want to quickly thank all the voters, all the residents of District D. It's an honor to serve, and I appreciate your trust and support. I want to particularly thank all the organizations that endorsed my campaign, in particular the Glendale Teachers Association, ANCA Glendale. I want to thank the many elected officials and community leaders who endorsed me. I want to particularly thank State Senator Anthony Portantino, your former colleague, State Assemblywoman Laura Friedman, and Councilmember Sinanian, Mayor Paul Devine, and Vartan Garbetian. I'm also honored to serve on the Arts and Culture Commission as your appointment. Thank you all for your support. I want to thank all those supporters that helped us along the way, the donors, the volunteers. I want to particularly thank our campaign team, Harag Yadalian, Daveen Babayan, and my campaign manager, Anya Nazarian, who worked very hard to make this happen. And I want to lastly thank my wife, Susanna, and my son, Rafi. They're a constant inspiration, constant motivation. And my son, who's 6 months now, is a reminder of why this work is so important. It's for the future of our children. And again, I'm very honored to have this opportunity, so thank you very much.
Thank you. I think I can say for all of us, congratulations to all of you, and good luck in those positions. Next item, please.
Listed on the agenda is recognition of any other officials, school officials, family, or friends present. And I know that the room is full of family and friends, so at the risk of omitting anyone, the only official I think that we have not mentioned is from our Glendale Community College district is with us this evening is Dr. David Vyar and his wife. So. I don't believe we've missed anyone else.
I think we've got him. Okay. And with that?
With that, we can invite up Surej Alajanian as well as everyone who wishes to come down.
Is there the recess first?
We can take a recess to have Mr. Rej Alajanian take his seat, but then we're all going to come down to take the oath anyways.
So you want us to come down, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. We will continue with the next section, which will be our new
Rafi?
council.
Well, next on the agenda is oath of office to the newly elected officials. That includes the council members, treasurer, clerk. We're all going to do it in one shot. So, Senator Anthony Portantino, if you want to come up and administer the oath to us.
Thank you. You could all line up. It's an honor to be here to install all of you. This is, let's give them a big round of applause before we do the formal presentation and all of your family. As a former council member and mayor, this is particularly exciting, and we got elected at the same time many years ago. So thank you for this honor. And with that, if you could all raise your right hand and repeat your name when I say aye. Say your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. You are duly installed. Congratulations.
Yeah.
All righty. Yes, absolutely.
Good.
It's our city treasurer, Rafi Manukian.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I would like to start off, and thank you, everyone. I would like to start off by recognizing my family. My wife, Zoe. Zo, say hello. My daughter, Solin. Nade, my son, and Nai, the twins. Without their support, I would not be here today. I would like to thank the community for giving me another opportunity to serve as Glendale City of Glendale's treasurer. I would like to also congratulate Mayor Paul Devine on a stellar year as mayor. Congratulations. I would also like to congratulate the newly elected council member, Mr. Agjanian, and the re-elected council members, both Mr. Sinanian and Mr. Najarian. I would also like to congratulate all the Glendale Unified School District elected officials, as well as the GCC Glendale Community College elected officials. I would also like to congratulate my good friend, Artie Kasakian, on his election. It was a hard-fought battle, but I think you pulled through. It's been a pleasure working for the city as your treasurer. I would like to also thank the city manager and the executive team for facilitating my transition from a council member to a city treasurer and welcoming me as a professional into the executive team. Thank you very much. I would also be remiss if I don't recognize my staff, the staff of the city treasurer. They've been exceptional and very professional in the way they go about doing their business on a daily basis and safeguarding the funds for the city of Glendale. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you very much. And again, congratulations and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Kasakian?
Madam Mayor and Council, thank you. It is with profound humility that I take on the honor of serving for another 4-year term. As grateful as I am for the faith that has been entrusted in me by the voters of Glendale, I am even more grateful for the faith and support that I have from the most amazing person that I know in this world, my best friend and partner, my spouse, Courtney, and our son, Armin, who are here. They're Her vote sometimes is the hardest one to earn, but is the one that is most important to me. So she is a person who always keeps me grounded, and for that I am very grateful. A few hours ago, when I administered the oath to the newly elected school board members, I told them that two quotes come to mind while administering the oath. The first one is from the great and late Reverend Martin Luther King, who said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are we doing for others? And that is a question that gets asked in these council chambers every Tuesday night. And as public servants, it gets asked of staff every day. It gets asked of each of you, and you ask yourselves that questions every day you walk in the shoes of a public servant, of an elected official. What are we doing for others? And to answer that question comes a quote from another very profound, amazing elected official, Abraham Lincoln, who said, "To alleviate the heartache of someone else makes us forget our own." And that is what we must try and do in the city of Glendale. As we see this city move forward, we have to look at what we can do to alleviate the heartache of our neighbors, of our friends, of our compatriots, of people who may still be suffering while we may be in a better position and succeeding. So, although we may have done great things to bring Glendale, the Jewel City, this far, we have to not be comfortable in resting on our laurels. Too often when we see that people are not participating in the civic process, we see that in a government as a sign that we must be doing a great job. But we must take that extra step and reach into the shadows and reach out to the voiceless and see what we can do to help those who are not reaching back out to us. What can we do to help those who are destitute? What can we do to help those who are still in the shadows? So with that, I hope to dedicate the next 4 years to doing that, to helping those who are in greatest need, to making sure that we continue to keep the gates of City Hall open to all residents, to all stakeholders, and make this one community, united as one, reaching out to everyone and working for everyone as one city. Thank you very much.
Mr. Councilmember Najarian?
Shall we follow custom and have the junior council member go first?
No, I'd like to
Is that the custom? Okay.
You are
I'm
the
sorry,
senior.
I'm not familiar with that, but Mr. Najarian?
Okay.
Najarian?
They say don't give the microphone to a politician or a TV host because they will not stop talking. That's me, both of them. But anyway, I'm glad to tell you that I have nightly news program which I talk for an hour. So just relax and now you can listen to me. I'm honored and humbled to be elected by the voters in Glendale. I began my civil service to the community long before becoming your council member. I have dedicated the past 2 decades of my life to educating the public through my television programs. Since knowledge is power, my campaign was won through grassroots efforts. Our founding fathers intended elections to be run in the manner I was not endorsed by any special interest group. I was not supported by any big developer. I'm an independent individual who won through votes of people like you, those who are watching us, and you, people who want a good life. We must help small and medium-sized businesses in Glendale by making it as easy as it is for the big developers who goes through a one-stop shop permits. Apartment owners must be aware rent control is at their doorsteps. Predatory practices must stop. Therefore, rent stabilization and affordable housing are a must, since 65% of residents in Glendale are renters, but not all are voters, of course. The values of our democracy must be shared vision of common interest and goals for all of society. The historical origins of our political system was love of principles, and we must never compromise that. We must aspire for an open and transparent government. That's very important. The government should be transparent. It is through addressing the concerns of all the residents of Glendale that we as council members will be able to help create a stronger community. I would like to thank all my voters, my family, my dedicated campaign team, and all of you for your time and attention. Specifically, I want to thank my wife, Dina, who was the last person to find out I had decided to run and was against my running for city council. However, she decided to co-manage my campaign, and I thank you for that. I thank my son who made amazing flyers for me. I thank my 17-year-old daughter, who, along with my son, did canvassing and visited homes where they were treated with such love and respect, and thank you for all those who let them to come in. I thank my campaign manager, Elena, who is here, for her dedication. I thank Dr. Genoyan, my friend of 30 years, who encouraged me to run. And I thank his wife, Sona. I thank my friend, Nick Ghazarian, who closed his business for 3 days and volunteered for my campaign with his employees, the entire employees. And I thank Marsha and my youngest supporter, Caroline, 3 years old Caroline, who is here. I thank my brother Armen and Agajanian and Anna. Thank you for coming. My friend Glenn, Timik, Dr. Sahabi Jahangir Arakelian, Attorney Chopurian, TV personalities Nune, Hovanes, Albert Mugaddam, Albert Armin, Sarki, Vigan, Arthur, Petrosajian, Petros Sarkisian. I thank my dedicated team of campaign volunteers. Ripsime, Osana, Haik, Aram, Rubina, Aikui, Anahid, George, Nune, William, Gohar, Roberta, Magardich, Henry, Razmi, Garshavir, Boris, and cameramans who are here also today, Patrick, Garni, Vahik, Martin, Arik, and also the rest of the volunteers, Lernik, Vigan, Armina, Maro, Ani, Vache, Mr. Doom's volunteers, thank you. Garnik Terohanian, Brother Vartan, Brother Hakop, and their group. Ohani, Saturian, Ovanesian, Abkarian families, thank you. LA County Assessor Jeffrey Prang, LA County Sheriff Jim McDonald, and Coalition for Better Government. I'm looking forward to work with my colleagues, council members, and city manager and city attorney and staff. And thank you all.
And then, Councilmember Sinani.
Go next? Why don't you please go? Sure, certainly. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Dear friends, fellow Glendalians. Thank you all for being here tonight to witness and participate in the swearing in of our new and in some cases returning council members, as well as the election of our next mayor. First, let me thank you all, both those present in the chambers and those who could not make it, for allowing me to serve you for another 4-year term. Serving you, the people of Glendale, has been my greatest honor and privilege, which I have approached with an enormous sense of responsibility. Again, thank you for the trust and faith that you have bestowed upon me. I would also like to thank my wife Lori and my 4 children, Anahit, Maher, Aram, and Areg, who have and continue to sacrifice so much in order for me to be able to be an elected official and represent the people of Glendale to the best of my ability. A huge thank you to my parents and my sister Alice, who are away on vacation, but whose steadfast support has made it possible for me to be a full-time council member and represent its 200,000 plus residents of our beloved city. So I want to thank a few individuals and organizations. I want to thank my campaign team, Sevana Staturian, Joseph Kaskanyan, Dvin Babayan, Haraki Edalian. Thank you for making this victory possible. I specifically want to also thank you amongst many of my supporters, but specifically Hasmik Zalian and Luis Gil for their support. I want to thank ANCA for its continued and steadfast support, the Glendale Teachers Association, the East Area Progressive Democrats, the Los Angeles County Democratic Party, the Glendale Police Officers Association, the Glendale Coalition for Better Government, the Glendale Firefighters Association. I also want to specifically thank our beloved Senator Anthony Portantino, thank you, Senator, our County Assessor, Jeff Prang, for their endorsements. And I dare say this, most importantly, I want to thank my colleagues, all three of whom endorsed me for this campaign. Thank you very much, and I look forward to working with you for the next 4 years. Thank you to all my supporters who have shared the often heavy burden of campaigning with me. Always staying true to ethical and moral standards that are so important for the preservation of our democratic traditions and institutions, and never willing to simply win at all costs, at everyone else's expense. So thank you. Thank you once again. To my 4 colleagues, I say I look forward to working with you for the betterment of our city, for the benefit of our residents, for the future of our children. As in the past 4 years, I intend the next 4 to be years of cooperation and collective action with an eye towards problem resolution and betterment of the quality of life for our residents. Our municipal elections are over, and the new council will get back to business of city governance tomorrow evening. The next 4 years may hold many difficulties and uncertainties for all of us. We need to be cognizant of and prepared for whatever economic or political turns and developments they may hold for us. Already, we're facing an unprecedented housing crisis in many parts of our city, especially South Glendale, with respect to rent increases that do not seem commensurate with whatever income increases are taking place. Folks, especially the elderly and the most economically vulnerable strata of our community, are simply being priced out of Glendale and are no longer able to cope with the housing values. While this is a regional phenomenon, the increases and the impacts appear to be more acute in Glendale. This is a challenge that will have to be tackled head-on, but in a systematic, measured, and well-thought-out manner through a combination of increased spending on affordable housing, closer cooperation with our state and federal representatives, as well as by working with organizations representing landlords. Our economy must constantly improve. While many of our economic initiatives, and I will specifically mention the Glendale Tech Initiative, one that I introduced and championed over the last 3 years, are very promising and will lead to the development of our already robust IT sector and other sectors of the economy, we must remain vigilant in order to retain as much of our economic base as possible. Glendale must retain its reputation as a great place to do business, an economic center of many industries, and a place where companies want to base themselves. We must work more diligently to make sure that companies like Nestle not only do not leave Glendale, but that many others are attracted to it. In order to promote our economy and better connect with the greater Los Angeles region, we will have to implement those transportation projects which include Glendale and can have an enormous impact not only on traffic, but make it possible for our residents to travel faster, more efficiently from one place to another. I look forward to working with my colleagues, the MTA, Eco Rapid Transit, to implement the light rail line that is to connect Glendale from Artesia all the way to Hollywood Burbank Airport. I will also push forward with bringing back the streetcar both on Brand Boulevard and on Glen Oaks. Transparency and efficiency still remain focal points for me. I'm extremely proud of the overwhelming support that Measure L, term limits for council, received, the support that it received from our residents. I introduced the measure and pushed it forward despite earlier failures to get it through council. We must continue increasing our level of transparency and openness by relying on modern technologies, as well as constantly improving our operating procedures. Finally, I believe that we must step up our level of cooperation with our schools and our college, and with the respective elected bodies which represent them. Our future is our children. Education is the way for us to achieve prosperity and the way for our children to secure a better future, not only for themselves, but for our city and our country in general. Once again, thank you for your support and the opportunity. I'm honored and start these next 4 years as your council representative with a great sense of responsibility and optimism for the future.
And finally, Councilmember Najarian.
Thank you, Mayor Devine. Something else they say, Verges, don't give a microphone to an old politician, because with an old politician, Sometimes the veneer of political correctness has worn through in a few places, and he says what he really wants to say. Tonight might be one of those instances. First, I'd like to thank everyone and congratulate those who were elected, my colleagues, the school board members, the community college members. I know that you're all dedicated to the city of Glendale in each of your own capacities, and it truly is heartfelt when I see everyone involved and pulling as hard as they are. But also thank you to those candidates that put it all on the field of battle, but were unsuccessful. And we had 10 candidates on the city council race. We had Susan Wolfson and Mike Mohill, Michael Van Gorder, Rick Dinger, Mark McCarley, Grant Michaels. Did I forget anyone else? And of course, the three successful.
Onik Mehrabian.
Onik Mehrabian. Thank you for trying and running, and you're certainly doing your part for democracy. Let me tell you, folks, I am very happy that this election is over and it's in the books. They say you can tell a lot about a community from the way they hold and participate in their elections. And I have to be honest that this election was a challenging moment for the city of Glendale. This was not a textbook example of a municipal election. In the coming weeks, one of my top priorities will be to propose election reforms to ensure that no voter is disenfranchised and every voter has the freedom and the privacy to vote for the candidates that he or she chooses without intimidation, undue influence, or fraud. I hope that you will all support me in these efforts as the process moves forward. And in this election, the negative campaigning was unprecedented. Speaking for myself, I was attacked, slandered, and libeled in an organized and methodical method by email, by website, by Facebook, by Twitter, by YouTube, by U.S. Postal Service, by telephone and television, in both Armenian and English. The attacks were mainly by a group who comes to the council every council meeting and demands transparency. Yet, ironically, they have failed to file the most basic campaign reporting forms that are required by law. Apparently, transparency is good for us, but not for them. They want a new municipal order, and they are stopping at nothing to get it. Their campaign quickly degenerated from vote for our slate of 3 candidates to just vote Najarian out. We know how well that turned out. And with apologies to Niccolo Machiavelli, who wrote, if you're going to shoot at the king, you'd better kill him. And I think we all know why. Despite all of this adversity, I was supported by residents all across Glendale, from far north Glendale to Adams Hill, from Pelanconi Park to the top of Chevy Chase Canyon, from Armenian households, from Anglo households, Latino, Filipino, and Korean households, Republicans and Democrats. I was supported by the men and women who keep us safe, who teach our children, who protect our environment, who nurture our businesses, and who keep the city running smoothly. My support was broad and deep, and I thank all of you who placed your trust in me to keep this city moving in the right direction, guarding against serious challenges both at our doorstep and on the horizon. I will not let you down. And I will not let what we've worked so hard to create be cast asunder by a few malcontents. I will continue my work on the Metro Board and Metrolink Board, bringing transportation and infrastructure funding to the city. I will push for slower and smarter growth downtown. I will work on creating and developing parks. I hope we can do a joint project with the school district on an aquatic complex. I'll work on affordable housing, which is so badly needed. And we will balance our budget and maintain the high level of service that Glendale is known for. I want to thank everyone who stood by my side. My wife, Palmyra, my son Alexander, who's cramming for his first-year law exams at UCLA right now as we speak, my brother and his wife, Armin and Naira, my other brother and his wife, Colonel Rafi Najarian and Arda, my sister, Maro Yakubian, my nephew, Vartkes, my great campaign manager, Natalie, but especially my parents, who were often shocked and pained at what they saw and they heard in this campaign leveled at me and my family. But tonight is also an extra special occasion, folks. I want to tell all of you present that you are seeing history being made right now, because never before in the 111-year history of the city of Glendale has someone run for office 4 times and received the highest number of votes each time. This is something that Larry Zarian could not do, something Ginger Bremberg couldn't do, something Jim Perkins couldn't do, and not even Mr. Glendale, Carol Parcher himself. I'm so proud to achieve this. It's truly a mandate from the people of this great city to continue my efforts and stay the course. I will make sure that this new council will work as a team. It's the old football player in me. As captain of the football team, you had to keep pushing forward and bring everyone together because your one goal was to get that ball over the goal line. And I promise you that I will devote every ounce of my experience, determination, and leadership to make us a better city than ever before. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor.
Congratulations to all of you. Go ahead, Artie.
Next on the agenda is Mayor Devine, your parting comments.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to start by thanking my colleagues for giving me the honor and the opportunity to serve as your mayor for the past year. It has been an extraordinary experience, which has allowed me to represent the city and our residents locally and globally with my visit to our sister cities in South Korea. I truly appreciate having had this opportunity. When I assumed this responsibility, one of my goals was to continue the teamwork and the synergistic approach to policy setting and decision-making that has been the basis for the success under the leadership of previous mayors. Another goal was to facilitate public engagement and to ensure that the voices of our residents were heard. I would like to share with you some of our many accomplishments this year, which I believe were achieved as the result of our synergy, of our teamwork, and the engagement of the public. A portion of oral communication was moved to the beginning of the agenda, which gave residents an additional opportunity to share their concerns and their ideas. We allowed $16 million of development impact fees for park creation and renovation, including 2 new soccer fields, the renovation and reopening of Palmer Park, and 2 of the first ever Shane's Inspiration Parks, where children of all physical and mental ability can play and learn together. Our central library, after a $15 renovation, was open just this morning, and it will be a landmark. The Antaeus Theater came to Glendale, live theater on our own Broadway, along with many new restaurants. They have become a part of the Glendale business and arts community. The planning efforts for the Armenian American Museum continued in a positive direction, with council supporting and looking forward to the concept becoming a reality. A new 65-unit affordable housing project on 5th and Sonora was approved, and our ACE 121 Artist Colony apartment complex was completed and is ready for occupancy. Our commitment to preserving the historic integrity of the city was demonstrated in many ways, including after listening to the desires of the residents, Council voted to not sell Rockhaven, and instead we awarded an exclusive negotiating agreement to a contractor which required the rehabilitation of the historic buildings and a creation of a public park. The Mills Act benefits were extended to contributing buildings in historic districts. The Deodore Historic District was approved. Historic homes were saved from demolition. An ordinance was passed that required the city, instead of the developers, to hire consultants for the preparation of environmental impact reports. And thanks to the outstanding efforts by Councilmember Najarian, the first railroad quiet zone in the county of Los Angeles was created along San Fernando Road. By Councilmember Sinanian, the award-winning Tech on Tap program was launched, which put Glendale on the technology map. And by Councilmember Garpetian, grant funding was received to begin planning for transportation connectivity in the region. These are clear examples of how your council acted synergistically as a team for the betterment of this entire city. The first summit of the Council Generals was held in Glendale, in which representatives from Glendale shared ideas with 40 Council Generals with the goal of bringing new business to Glendale. And Glendale is now the home of 2 consulates, one of the Armenian consulate and one of the Dominican Republic. Economically, we finished this year in the black, an indicator of Council's fiscal responsibility and our emergence as a destination city and a successful economic hub. These are just highlights of a few of our accomplishments in the past year, a year that went by so quickly. Indeed, it has been a very productive year for our city. This council worked very hard to make the best decisions for all of our residents. However, we cannot do this job alone, and I want to acknowledge and thank our city manager, Scott Ochoa, and the staff in management services for their continuous support and guidance. I know that I could not have done this job without all of them. I also want to thank all the department directors and their staffs and hundreds of employees that provide excellent public service and get the job done for all of us. I have heard praises from you, for you, from our residents throughout the year. To my colleagues, I say thank you for the atmosphere of collaboration and respect that you have created, which allowed us to be a team. And last, certainly but not least, I would like to thank my husband, who is my rock. He has become my best friend, always has been actually, but he's become even more to me, and I thank him for always having my back and for all the support that he gives me. I congratulate Councilmember Najarian and Sinanian on the re-election and welcome to the dais our new team member, Councilman Agajanian. And finally, I want to thank the residents who were encouraging and supportive during my tenure as mayor. Your kind words along the way were very much appreciated. We have a fantastic city, and I know that it will continue to grow and prosper under the leadership of our next mayor. It has truly been an honor and a privilege to serve this great city and its residents. Thank you. And next item.
Madam Mayor, before we go on, I do want to mention that with us also in the chambers is former mayor and former council member Frank Quintero.
Yes, he is.
And I think that is everyone. And also, Council Member Agajanian, I have your copy of the Constitution right here. I didn't give it to you because I was taking the oath of office right alongside you, so I will give that to you afterwards. Now is the portion for appointing of a new mayor. The business before the council is the selection of a mayor. The city clerk will now entertain nomination for the office. Is there a nomination? Yes,
There is
Councilmember
nomination. I would like to nominate Vartan Garpetian to be mayor of the city of Glendale.
May I second that?
Second?
No seconds are required. However, they will be appreciated and noted.
All right. Roll call
Are there
then?
further nominations for the
Move
office?
to close nominations.
All right. That we can do. Hearing no further nominations, we will proceed to a roll call. This is a roll call for Councilmember Vartan Garpetian to be
Yes.
mayor. Councilmember Zagajanian.
Yes.
Devine.
Yes.
Garpetian.
Yes.
Najarian.
Yes.
Sinanian.
Yes.
Congratulations. I now declare Councilmember Vartan Garpetian the duly elected mayor of the city of Glendale.
Oh, just for that.
Well,
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh,
Mayor. Get the mayor.
well, I'm no help. There I went.
Wow. Good evening, everyone. I think this is the greatest honor anyone can have in this city. First, I'd like to congratulate Madam Mayor Devine for your outstanding service. You led the city with grace, dignity, and professionalism, and I thank you personally for everything you've done, moving our city forward in your mayorship. We have a little gift for you. And I'd like to take a picture with this, if we may.
Okay.
If we may.
Stand up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stand up. And this is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm not as polished as my colleagues here. So, if thank you. Congratulations, and thank you very much. Madam
Thank
Mayor.
you.
And Mayor Garpetian, there's some people who would like to actually congratulate you. If you'd like to, we can have them come and congratulate you now.
Please.
There's some of your friends from the Dad's Club.
Oh, okay. Yes, please. Where are they?
They're hiding.
They're patiently waiting outside.
Okay. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Vertigo Woodlands Dad's Club, that's the only Dad's Club in the United States. It's the middle school has a Dad's Club that supports the school. They raise funds for the school, and these gentlemen are the volunteers, the hardworking dads of Vertigo Woodlands Dad's Club. Give them a big round of applause, please.
Thank you so much for having us. On behalf of the Dad's Club, Mayor Garpetian, I want to be the first citizen to say that, Mayor Garpetian. How awesome is that? Congratulations on becoming mayor. The Dad's Club would like to give you one of our treasured hats and let you know that you're part of our community, you live in our community, your kids have gone to Vertigo Woodlands, and we couldn't be prouder to have you as our mayor.
Thank you.
We rushed over here because this weekend is Father's Follies. It's our 70th year putting on a stage show at Glendale High School. So we invite all the city council. I'd like to invite the mayor to be in the show alongside me. says dress you wear. There is a precedent that for several years, during the 70 years that the mayor's been in the show. So if you're free, look at your calendar. And but I'd be proud to have you stand next to me on stage. So
appreciate that.
Anyway, congratulations on behalf of the Dads Club. We look forward to your leadership of the city.
Thank you.
Club? A mom's club?
There are several moms club in the city.
Oh, in the city?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But we're just from the Dads Club. But you're also welcome to come.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks.
We celebrate the moms. Yes, we always
celebrate Mother's Day.
We couldn't be the dads without the moms. So thank you. Okay. So this is for you, and we'll leave it over here.
Thank you very much for being here. It means a lot to me. We're good friends, and you guys are hardworking dads that don't get credit very often, and I appreciate everything you do for our community and our children.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. All right. I would like to start by congratulating my colleagues, Councilmember Najarian and Councilmember Sinanian, for their re-election, as well as our new colleague, Councilmember Agajanian, on your election. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. I think this would be a good team. We will move this city forward in a positive way. I would like to thank my fellow council members for entrusting me to become the 73rd mayor of this great city of Glendale. I'm honored and humbled in accepting this position and representing our jewel city as its mayor. I would like to thank Mayor Divan again for outstanding service and her leadership as our mayor past year. Again, she led the city with well and left some big shoes for me to fill, Madam Mayor. Thank you very much for that. I would like to acknowledge a few people who are here in the audience, my family members, and first with my wife, Armina. The best thing that ever happened to me in my life. She's the pillar of strength in our family. She's the foundation of our family. And I want to thank you for your unwavering support in everything I wanted to do. My three beautiful children, Nazeli, Naira, and Nelin. This position is not a job, but this volunteer community service that we do, it takes you away from some of your other responsibilities. And you need to have an understanding family to be able to do this. So I want to thank my children for being understanding. You are my life. Basically, without you, life would be meaningless for me. My mother, Mary, who's in the audience, who I love dearly, I'm very proud to be your son. I'm sure my late father would be very, he's looking down, smiling, and he would be very, very proud of this moment. My sisters, Armina and Adrina, and yes, my sisters' names are Armina and Adrina, and my wife's name is Armina, and her sister's name is Adrina. So, you go figure. You are my best friends. You supported me in my life, and I thank you, and I'm grateful for everything you've done for me. My mother-in-law, Chinar, and my father-in-law, Mr. Melik, they're here in the audience. I want to thank you, all my brother-in-laws, my sister-in-laws, and nephews and nieces. We have a big family. My kids have 18 cousins. So if I want to go through the names, it would be a long night. So I want to thank all of you for being here. I would like to thank everyone else who supported me and have always stood beside me during my life. There are too many people to mention, but I want to take this opportunity and personally thank you all. As we go into this new fiscal year, my goal as the mayor is to see the current community projects that we have already started to be completed in a timely manner, and to implement and start the ones that we have already approved and budgeted for. And I would like to mention a few of them. So you will see if you hear our comments tonight, you see there's so many overlaps, and that shows that this council thinks alike. This council is a team. This council is a team. Every one of us is a team player. The completion of Dugmejian Park. I would like to see that project, the barn project, to be completed, and the nature center all the programs to be implemented for our children to start using that project. I would like to see that happen very soon. The joint projects with GUSD involving multi-purpose athletic fields at various schools, those are very important. I'm positive that our collaboration with GUSD will continue by having more annual joint meetings. Another project that I hope that the city will be able to partner with is the Glendale High School Aquatic Center, as was mentioned by Councilmember Najarian. This will be the only center, the only aquatic center, only facility in Glendale that could host CIF championships games, and that's huge for our city. Completing Shane's inspiration, all-inclusive playground equipment offered by Councilmember Devine. It was her motion to start this project. And this is for disabled children to be able to go out to a public park and play with their friends. This is a noble thing that was offered, and I'm looking forward to seeing this to come to fruition. Rockhaven. I can't wait for Rockhaven to be restored to its original historic condition and to be a community place, to be used by public. That's what this property was purchased for. That's what I think we're all aiming at, and that's where hopefully we'll see to come to life. Make sure 5th and Sonora, 69 units, senior housing project. It's an affordable housing for seniors that this community desperately needs. We need to make sure that this project will be funded this year in July, the second round in July. So the construction hopefully will start before the end of the year. Rent stabilization ordinance that was mentioned by my colleagues. I was the one who introduced this ordinance. The draft ordinance is ready. It was sent out to as many stakeholders as we knew, including the Glendale Association of Realtors, tenants' rights organizations, homeowners associations, apartment owners of Greater LA, and we asked for comments to come back. Because the rents continue to increase, we need to do something about this issue. Otherwise, it will force the long-time residents of our Glendale out of Glendale, and I cannot stand for that. I will not stand for that. Continue to work with Montrose Shopping Park Association to implement the vision that we had, the 2020 vision, and move more forward from there on. And today, as was mentioned, it was our grand opening of the Central Library. It's a beautiful facility. I know when my children see that facility, you cannot kick them out of there. They're going to spend half their time in that facility and use the library, and it's very encouraging. But now that we completed the library, we need to concentrate on our art district, which includes Maryland Promenade. This year, we are moving forward to turn this promenade into a dynamic, pedestrian-friendly environment place that it deserves to be for our residents to use. Therefore, we're going to ICSC to bring better ideas, to bring better tenants for that area. And I know Councilmember Sinan was very passionate about it. I campaigned on it. All of us on this dais will work on that project to make it happen. Alex Theater. Alex is one of the best community assets that we have. We will continue supporting Alex to become self-sufficient like it deserves to be. But speaking with the board members of Glendale Arts, they are losing so many venues to our competitors because we do not have post-event reception facility. And because of that one factor, we're losing so many venues to our neighboring cities, Burbank and Pasadena. This year, we're going to look into an opportunity to make sure they will have a facility to bring better venues to Glendale. The Armenian American Museum, which all of us are very excited about. I'm looking forward for the process to start and be completed. When completed, it would be a community asset with a cultural and educational center for the entire community to use. Traffic issues. We often talk about traffic and lack of parking. We are going to look into ideas as to how to create or build more parking structures in downtown Glendale as well as Montrose if they need it. And also, yes, in South Glendale, the residential areas, we are looking to change the zoning, hopefully, to accommodate parking as well, parking structures as well. So when people come home from work, there will be a place for them to park. We will be looking into making better use of the civic auditorium. I don't know if you've seen the exterior or not, but the exterior is being renovated, is being repainted. It looks great, and I want to give it to Mr. Ochoa, because when they wanted to remove that I don't know what it was, the entrance, the first entrance, or the canopy that was planted on the main entrance, I was kind of skeptical. I said, why are we removing this? It looks great. But now I'll take my word back. It shouldn't have been there. The Civic looks awesome. We will continue protecting our residential neighborhoods and our way of life, which is a family-oriented city with a small-town feel that Glendale has always been over the last 100 years. We continue our commitment to keeping Glendale one of the safest cities in the nation by supporting our premier and top-of-the-line police department and Class A fire department. We will be looking into creating a historic village to move some of these historic properties into that village and create a community-based organization to manage it for a public use. By doing so, we will protect and preserve historic resources that otherwise may be lost. We will continue improving our infrastructures. I remember when I got elected 2 years ago, Mr. Najarian became the mayor, and he indicated that this is the year of infrastructure, and that effort continues. But with that comes challenges, come difficulties. It comes tough decisions to be made. Shoal Canyon landfill, the EIR is around the corner that is coming. Grayson Power Plant, the decision whether or not to repower it. There is a bill out there. I don't know if that bill is introduced or not by the California Senate President Pro Tem Kevin De Leon, that every municipality has to go to 100% renewable energy by 2047. So we have to be very careful as to how are we spending our tax dollars, your tax dollars, today, and plan for next 40 or 50 years. Public transportation and light rail. It was extensively talked about tonight, but we will continue making sure that Glendale is connected to other regions by light rail. Need to continue working with Metro to replace their heavy locomotives with lighter cars, so it would be a more comfortable ride for the Glendale residents, and also fight for Glendale to be a part of major future transportation plans. And you have champions on this dais. As was mentioned, Mr. Najarian on MTA and Metro, Mr. Sinanian at Eco Rapid Transit, Councilmember Devine and myself through SCAG, and there are 200 cities in the SCAG. They lobby together to get our fair share of transportation dollars for our city. And I'm sure Mr. Agajanian, Councilmember Agajanian, will join us in this effort. To me, inner city connectivity is very, very important as well. And I'd like to set a goal. We talked about it tonight. We've been talking about this issue. Set a goal that within 3 to 5 years, the streetcar project would be completed, or it would be well on its way to be completed. This, we have to really work hard. I know it needs a lot of time and effort and funding, but we can get it done. That's very important. If you want to be connected to other regions, the inner city connectivity is as important as regional connectivity. Incentivize high-tech and manufacturing companies, and as well as manufacturing companies, to come to Glendale to create high-paying job opportunities for the residents of Glendale. And speaking of job opportunities, we need to try to keep our jobs in Glendale for our residents. So therefore, we issue or offer or award contracts, tens of millions of dollars a year for different projects. We need to get 25% of these jobs to be local for the residents of Glendale. These are some of the issues that we've been working on. These are a very small portion of the items that we've been working on. But I must say that this would be very difficult. It would be very difficult for us to accomplish all of our goals without the support, professionalism, and hard work of our city manager, Mr. Scott Ochoa, his team, GMA, GCEA, IBEW, GPOA, GFFA, all the entire employee force of this city of Glendale. Therefore, I want to ask you to please give everyone a big round of applause. And in closing, I wish to thank the residents of Glendale
for the privilege they have given me to serve as their council member for the past 2 years and now as their mayor. To my colleagues, our city manager, and all city employees, including police and fire, I'm looking forward to working with all of you for the betterment of our city and its residents. Together, we will continue to keep our city a beautiful, dynamic, and safe place to live, a place we can all call home and be proud of. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. With that, Mr. City Clerk, what's next?
Mr. Mayor, it's just a motion to adjourn and then come back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.